Hi, I'm Steve Amaro from Purdue University. During this presentation, I will describe and report the main findings of John Baier master's thesis project. On behalf of my colleagues, I want to thank Jessica McLean and the Indiana Clinical and Translational Sciences Institute for their instrumental role in connecting with and recruiting study participants. Physical activity matters for older adults. It delays the onset of functional and cognitive decline, extends years of independent living, and helps preserve their freedom to make life choices. However, as people grow older, they tend to be less physically active. According to the self-determination theory, people would be more likely to be physically active if they are supported by actions that are characterized by empathy and understanding for an individual's situation, and if they are provided with meaningful choices for being active. This is especially relevant to older adults as autonomy is highly valued by this population. Therefore, the purpose of this study was to examine the pathways through which autonomy support and the need for autonomy influence autonomous regulation and physical activity participation in older adults. Purdue University IRB approved this study, and all participants provided their informed consent. Adults aged 55 years and over without severe cognitive impairment from the All In for Health voluntary registry were contacted via email to complete online surveys. The total number of unique eligible participants we have started the baseline survey was 431. Demographic characteristics, weekly frequency of physical activity in the past 4 weeks, and self-determination related constructs, including autonomy support, were all assessed at baseline. Autonomous motivation was assessed using the BREC2, whereas the need for autonomy and the need for competence were assessed using the psychological need satisfaction in exercise scale. The internal consistency reliability coefficient for each theoretical constructs were all above 0.87. The physical activity scale for elderly was used to assess weekly physical activity for 4 consecutive weeks. The total physical activity score remained similar during the 4 weeks follow-up period, with pairwise correlations above 0.70. Therefore, the physical activity score were averaged over time. A serial multiple mediation analysis was conducted using ordinary least squares path analysis. We used multiple imputation to account for missing data. All regression models are adjusted for past physical activity behavior and age. Interaction terms between study covariates and the main study variables were also tested. The indirect effects were deemed significant if the confidence interval did not include the zero value. And after the inspection of those Monte Carlo confidence interval for the indirect effects, it could be determined that autonomy support influences physical activity through its effect on the need for autonomy and autonomous regulation, especially among those who were physically active in the past month and the youngest people of this sample. Secondly, autonomy support influences physical activity through its effects on the need for competence. How does autonomy support exert its influence on physical activity? First, through the satisfaction for the need for autonomy and autonomous regulation, and through the satisfaction of the need for competence. Offering choices and providing positive feedback are thus 2 promising strategies for promoting self-determined motivation and physical activity in older adults. Moreover, offering relevant activity choices may work best among younger and already physically active older adults. These are hypotheses that would warrant further experimental testing.